Now the iPhone X retails at $1,000 in the US and over 5,000 ringgit here in Malaysia. Now price aside, is that really worth that much of money? Let's find out. Hey, what's up guys, Adam Lobo here and you're watching Adam Lobo TV. If you guys are new, hello. Do consider subscribing to my channel as I release videos every single week. And if you're returning as a subscriber, welcome back. Let's hang out. Now unboxing the iPhone X is similar experience with other iPhone devices where you'll find the instructions manual which includes the reset pin and the Apple stickers. There's also the USB to Lightning cable together with the 5-watt USB power adapter. It comes with the earpods together with the Lightning connector and the Lightning to 3.5mm headphone jack adapter. Now the iPhone X comes with two colors for you guys to choose from between silver, which kind of looks like white, and space grey, which looks more of a black in color. Now starting from the overall specification, the phone comes with the latest A11 Bionic chipset with 3 GB of RAM and a choice between 64 and also 256 GB of storage, and it also comes in shipped with iOS 11.1.1 and it also comes with Bluetooth 5.0 and IP67 dust and water resistant. Now after so many years of not having it, finally, the iPhone X has wireless charging. Now the phone is covered with 2 glass panels at the front and also at the back because of that, and it also comes with stainless steel frames at the sides, but as usual I would recommend for you guys to get a cover to protect the phone and to also prevent from those fingerprints at the back of the phone. Now looking right at the back of the phone, it's 2017 but yet there's still a camera bump where it has a dual 12 megapixel camera with an aperture value of f1.8 with a 28mm lens for the primary camera and a f2.4 with 52mm telephoto lens. And the front camera is a 7 megapixel camera with 32mm lens and an aperture value of f2.2. Now the pictures from both of the cameras at the front and also at the back is great as expected from iOS devices. The pictures were really sharp and they had a very good dynamic range to it, and they were also obviously less saturated from some of the other flagship phones like Samsung and also LG phones. Then there's also the portrait mode, which is a similar feature to Samsung Note 8's live focus, which gives you the blurred background effect, but you just can't adjust it before taking the picture like how the live focus does in the Note 8. Then there's also the portrait selfie, which uses the front-facing camera, but the blurred background is not as perfect. Now as for the back camera, I'm not sure whether this is a software issue or a software glitch, but the portrait mode had some weird blurring at random places when the picture was taken, and inside of the mode it says to move further, and once I do, I take the picture and it looks like this. Now where the iPhone X camera really shines is the video recording capabilities. It has an optical image stabilization and a great autofocus. It records 4K video up to 60 frames per second and it records 1080p video up to a crazy 240 frames per second. Now that is something where no other phone cameras or even some DSLR cameras can do. Now because of that, you have some really buttery smooth slow motion videos. Now going further into the phone's display, it looks really good. It has a 5.8-inch display with a 1125x2436 screen resolution, and yes, it's a Super AMOLED display because they bought the screen from Samsung.
True story.
Now the iPhone X has the usual buttons on the right for power or to lock the screen, and below that is the SIM card ejector slot. Then there's also the mute button and the volume rocker on the left of the phone, and below the phone you'll find the stereo speakers which sounds really good and loud. And of course there's also the lightning port instead of a USB-C, and yep, there's still no headphones jack. Now one of the biggest things missing from the iPhone X is of course the home button, where there's new gestures such as swiping up to go to the home screen, swiping up again and hold for multitasking, and to close the apps in there, you will need to touch and hold again, wait for the tiny red cancel icon to appear, then you can touch on that icon or swipe up to close the apps. That's a lot of work. Now swipe from the middle of the screen from the top to bottom brings you the notification. And now to go to control center, you'll need to swipe down for the top right of the phone as opposed to swiping up as it was for the previous iPhones. But to be honest, while testing out the phone for a week, I kinda got used to the new gestures. Now not having the physical home button also means there's no fingerprint reader, so now it uses Face ID to unlock your phone. Now the response times for the Face ID is great to unlock your phone, and no, it does not work if you put a picture of yours right in front of it, as it works very well also during dark conditions, or even if you grow facial hair or even shave your facial hair, as the Face ID adapts to the changes of your face. But I still don't get why that even after you've unlocked it through your Face ID, you still need to swipe up after it's unlocked. Why? Now another cool feature is an emojis, where it can be done through the Apple's Messages app, where you can literally do face movements and record them and send it to another user. It's not a big feature, but it's kinda cool. And currently the iPhone X has some augmented reality related apps, which is great, but it's something where it just might take a longer time before it really becomes relevant in our daily use. And Siri is now accessible by saying either "Hey Siri" or pressing and holding the power or screen lock button at the side. And last but not least is the battery, and the battery capacity of the iPhone X is 2716 milliamps of battery. While some may say that it's still good since it has a good processor, but if you guys are spending 5,000 ringgit or $1,000, I'm sure that you guys would expect at least a bigger battery size, right? Now besides the drawback which I subtly mentioned earlier, like the non-existent home button and the many new gestures, no headphone jack, no expandable storage, the biggest drawback ever, at least for me, is that notch. Yes, I understand the technology behind it because of all these sensors and the camera there, but I honestly think that it looks like a unibrow. Now while you are on portrait mode, you may not notice it as much, but where it really annoys not only me, but every other people who have tested this phone is when it's on landscape mode. So if the video is not widescreen format and if you like to view it in full screen, you either crop the image or you have the notch at the side, which really defeats the purpose of that big of a screen real estate. So guys, if you guys are wondering whether or not you should get the iPhone X and whether or not it's worth the money that you spent, $1,000 over dollars or 5,000 over ringgit, I would say absolutely not. The iPhone X is still far away from being the best smartphone right now, but yes, it's the best iPhone yet. So if you guys would like to maintain the iOS ecosystem, I would highly recommend for you guys to wait either a little longer or hopefully a better version of this phone, or maybe you can go for the iPhone 8 Plus, which is cheaper, or you can join the dark side. Android.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Alright guys, hope you found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to give the video a nice big thumbs up. If you don't like the video, you can hit the other button, I guess. Share this video to everyone and subscribe to Adam Lobo TV if you haven't done so. Don't forget to hit the bell icon just next to it to get notified for my future videos. Thank you so much for watching. This is Adam Lobo, and I'll catch you guys as usual next week.